Hey folks, it's Obert here from the cutting room, and I wanted to give you a heads up about this episode that you're about to listen to. We lost Tud, unfortunately, halfway into our recording, which you will hear. I left some of the bits of when we lost Tud in because I thought it was pretty funny. But yeah, Tud's internet died, and we were unable to finish recording the episode. So what you get is what you get. We were trying to record a replacement for this to give you a full, proper episode. Unfortunately, we have been really busy last couple weeks. We haven't been able to find a time to get together and do it. So you'll notice it's a little dated, but to make it up to all of you, what I decided I'm going to do is record the drink that I was going to drink on this episode, which is a Mai Tai, and release that as Drinking Alone with Obert. We heard Drinking Alone with Tud a few weeks ago, and it sounded kind of fun. I wanted to do my own. So that's going to be a Patreon exclusive episode. I hope and have that drop next Thursday. So tune in over on Patreon for Drinking Alone with Obert on how to make a amazing Mai Tai. But until then, you get this beautiful masterpiece with 2/3 of a podcast. So enjoy.
Hey folks, and welcome to Drinking Alone with Friends, a podcast where three friends drink alone together. My name's Chris.
What up? It's Tud.
And I'm Obert.
And here's the thing.
That's a good thing.
I know. It's the best.
Here's my retort to that thing.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe you said that about my thing.
No, this sucks. I hate this.
What the hell is
well,
happening?
you started this with your old clapping vibe.
How's your dry January going?
It's not going at
No.
all. It has not. It's not happened. I think I broke it on 1/1/1/1/1.
Does that mean the first second of New Year's?
I was drinking a beer on New Year's.
Like your wife went to kiss you after the ball dropped, and you're like, I need to drink this beer real quick, and then I can kiss you.
Right.
Yeah. That would be a not great start to dry January.
Yeah, it's kind of counterproductive. How's your dry January going?
I also don't partake. Not of that thing. Are you doing sobruary at all for January or February this year, Ted?
Maybe.
Well, definitely not Sobruary for January.
Correct. TBD in February.
Maybe the second half of January and the first half of February.
Yeah.
I promise that on the last second of January, I'll be sober.
Okay, fair enough.
That's my promise to you, Obert. Do you feel better?
No, I was just asking. I mean, Chris, how dry of a sponge are you? Are you are you feeling lubricated, or are you all dried up there?
I'm still pretty dry, if I must say so myself, but more so than last week. So
He's a little lubed.
Or 2 weeks ago, I guess, or however time works now for us.
Yeah, less crumbly of a sponge.
Right, exactly. But yeah, definitely. I've talked to a few folks that are doing like a dry January or like stepping back from beer and stuff like that, and I'm like, applause. However, not a life choice I'm ready to make right now. So, oh.
I have to ask, do you have the Twitch ID Water Dad Gamer registered?
I actually
you might want to get on that.
I thought about this oddly enough not that long ago, where I was like, if I stopped drinking, I would have to be like just Dad Gamer, I guess, which sounds worse. I don't know, but like or
hear me out.
Okay.
Game Daddy.
Game Daddy. Ooh, I do like that. Game Daddy's not bad. Game Daddy is not bad.
Sober_game_daddy.
I'm going to say twitch.tv/Game Daddy. Let's see if it's there.
There we go.
It's going to be gone.
No one else would have thought about that.
No,
sure.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not. Game Daddy's pretty good, though. I would just be like, I would just be Beer Dad, but like, don't drink it. I don't drink anymore.
Yeah.
It's like,
The artist formerly known.
There you go.
The Pokemon master formerly known as Beer.
there you go. Perfect. Yes. So we got to figure it out now. Go to twitch.tv/the Pokemon Master.
TPM FMKA
Beerhead.
BDG. No, I'm also not sober, but glad we squared that away.
Good job, team.
We're all drinking here.
Listeners, how about you? Have you guys
still on our game.
or have you guys continued to be sober? If so, dawpodcast@gmail.com. Let us know.
Yeah. Yeah, and go back to our episodes from last sobruary, where Tud reviewed some really solid non-alcoholic hop-infused beverage offerings.
That is true. I did provide that service. Good on me.
Yeah. No, I think, people come here for the beer, but we like to push the envelope here when we can to beer adjacent things.
Did you say beer or Jason things?
Yeah. Beer or Jason or beer adjacent. One of those two.
Oh, adjacent. We got to add Jason. Beer adjacent things.
What? Jason's coming on the podcast.
We should have Jason on the podcast.
He loves when we talk about movies.
He does. Yeah. I don't know if he loves when we talk about him. We'll find out.
But movies.
Movies he loves.
Have you guys seen the new Avatar?
No,
I
have not.
also have not, but that's
I wasn't. When I said guys, I really was talking to Obert.
Surprising nobody.
You mentioned in our Jordan episode that you were going to be there, midnight premiere, 3D IMAX.
No, I went and saw it on New Year's Eve.
When I said midnight premiere, I mean last day of the year premiere. So, what did you think? Okay, that's where I was coming out. Like, I'll watch it. I won't spend money on it.
Movie reviews with Tud in 1 second.
It gets not a thumbs up or a thumbs down, just a thumb.
It gets it gets 2 thumbs.
What has 2 thumbs and saw a movie? This guy. Okay, but also surprising nobody. Avatar was just okay.
Right.
It'll still make $13 bajillion.
I mean, you figure word would get out that it just got 2 thumbs and people wouldn't go see it. But
yeah, but it's James Cameron, and people thought Titanic was gonna suck, and boom, made $1.1 billion. And then people thought that Terminator 2 would suck and made $1.5 billion. And people thought Avatar would suck. Yeah, but coming off of Terminator, I mean, they didn't expect it to be the highest grossing movie of all time.
This was before sequels got bad.
That's not true. Godfather 3 was already out at that point.
I don't know enough to dispute that. That's probably reasonable, but I don't think that any of James Cameron's movies released with low expectations. Put it that way.
No, I mean his top four on IMDb are Avatar, not the new Avatar, but Avatar, Titanic, Terminator 2, and Aliens. Not 4 pretty good movies. I mean,
you're telling me that Avatar is higher than Titanic?
Avatar is his number 1 movie on, not by, I don't know how IMDb says best known for, but that's what he's best. His number 1.
Okay.
His best known
not
movies
like the
on
star average rating.
No,
on IMDb.
no.
I mean, that has to be Terminator 2, right? Like the best star rating, or
I mean, so Titanic's a 7.9, Terminator 2's an 8.6, Aliens is an 8.4, so it just nudges that out. Terminator's an 8.1. Avatar's a 7.9.
So there you go.
And Avatar Way of the Water is a 7.9.
Oh, just as good.
Yeah, just as good as the first one.
That's what everybody's saying.
That's still looks pretty good. Visually very impressive, as one would expect from a James Cameron movie, especially Avatar.
It's hard to say that after, I felt like Avatar pushed the boundaries so far, and that was like a decade ago.
Yeah.
So how is it still boundary pushing with 10 years of graphics improvements?
Water. Water makes a lot of things look really good.
Okay.
So I think that's even if it's the same technology, which, hashtag not a filmmaker, I think the water enhances all that to begin with. So there's some really cool water scenes. I think it's pretty cool. Visually, great movie. Storyline,
Pocahontas again.
In the water, yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, well, I think we've strayed from our core mission as a podcast of talking about beer. How about you get us back on track here?
You want me to get us back on track?
How about somebody gets us back on track here?
I'll get us back on track. The only way I know how. Crabs.
Hashtag hydrate that sponge.
That's right. I said crabs. All right. So I actually have a beer that was gifted to me. I did a one of my Twitch mods of all things. Was doing doing a road trip, a big long road trip, and they were like, "Hey, we want to come murder you." So we let them. And while we were having dinner before the murder, they were like, "Oh, we have." I brought you a couple beers from their great state of Maryland. So
Congrats on the murder.
Yep. Looking forward to that. No, so one thing I've learned about Maryland in talking to some of these guys is that apparently Maryland pride is like a thing. Like they're like crabs in Old Bay, baby. You know, like we wear the flag.
That's what we got.
Crab cakes and
We like
football.
our
That's
flag.
what Maryland does.
Yeah, I didn't realize. Like I wouldn't say. And maybe I'm wrong. Like, I don't know if y'all have Connecticut pride. I don't, but like, yeah, apparently Maryland pride's a big thing. Like people from Maryland are like, we love our little skinny ass state. It's weird.
So we're going to throw Old Bay around and make a big deal about it.
Exactly. But I have, brewed in Baltimore, the Open Gate Guinness Brewery in Baltimore, brewed in Baltimore. It is the Baltimore Blonde, which I thought was extremely interesting. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it has like the Maryland flag on it. Brewed in Baltimore. It was brewed by Guinness, which is interesting. I mean,
Okay, so the same Guinness that I know about.
yes, the Guinness from not Baltimore. Apparently, I don't know if they have I don't know if they do like some contract brews in Baltimore.
The Dublin one.
Yeah, the far away one. But like everything down to it. Even we talked about a bottle cap. The bottle cap's got the harp. I don't think I ever realized that was a harp. Look at that.
I mean, they have a beer called Harp.
I'm not a smart person, okay?
I'm baffled. I'm speechless.
I think Chris has done fewer car bombs or too many car bombs.
Well, usually when you get a car bomb, though, to not defend Chris, but I guess I'll defend him.
Yeah, thanks.
They usually get poured out of a tap. So you usually you don't have to physically look at the bottle cap, I guess.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Even though I'm still shocked that you didn't think it was a harp.
No, it's just, I guess I never really looked at it. I think that's the problem. So
Chris,
this is...
You have a beard? I guess I never really looked at it.
I do have a beard.
I thought his chin was just in a shadow all the time.
Just a shadow from my big
His
head.
chin and his upper lip. Just perfectly in a shadow, but his lips stick through.
Right. So, like I said, this is the Baltimore Blonde, brewed in Baltimore. A crisp golden beer, citrusy with a refreshing finish. I'll be the judge of that, Guinness. What do you know about beer? But here it is. It's a little bit darker than maybe I was expecting. I don't know. It definitely is.
You 1,000% are getting eaten by a T-Rex today.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm not even gonna hold the light up. I'm not gonna.
I can see your.
You don't
chin
need
shadow.
to, yeah.
I can see your chin shadow through the beer.
Yeah.
My chin shadow. Yeah.
But I wouldn't call that blonde.
Right.
I would call that approaching amber.
Yeah. It definitely is more darker than I was.
Double digits.
Yeah.
On the SRM.
Yeah.
You know, we're like 12.
Right. But I mean, it does smell like a blonde. Smells like a lager. Let's see what it's like. I mean, the novelty of it is very cool. Thank you to Soul Kraken for hooking me up. Who's also named Chris, not to dox him on the internet, but there's only like a handful of Chris's out there. So
yeah.
You know which
one.
one.
Podcasts aren't on the internet.
That's also true. That's also true. So
yeah, we send this out via cassette tape every week.
I thought it was a radio broadcast.
No, cassette tape is better.
Okay.
Yep.
Or 8-track. We're single-handedly keeping 8-tracks in business.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're doing a very...
It's coming back. People say vinyl's coming back. Watch out. We're bringing 8-track back.
All right, so let's dive in.
Okay, let's pause to flip over the tapes.
Yeah. Flip over for side 2.
Red Solo Cup. I fill you up. Let's have a party. Let's have a party.
Okay. Hey, you know what? That's not bad. Huh. Okay. It is very crisp. It's very crisp. It's got more flavor to it than I was expecting. I think because I went into it thinking it was going to be like a lager or something like that. I know it's a blonde, but still.
He expected it to taste like a Guinness.
No, I expected it to taste more like maybe a Bud Heavy or something, you know? Like that's kind of what I went into it mentally. It's not that though. It's definitely got way more of a flavor profile than some of those beers. It is crisp. It is light and crisp, but it definitely is the only way I can really say it is like less. I'm trying to think of like the perfect way to put it. It's got definitely has more body to it, like a little bit more sweetness in it than like some of those like mass beers that you have. And at the very end, the tail end, you do get some citrusy bite. I know I read it on the label, but I didn't believe it until I had it. It has a little bit of citrusy bite at the end. I am surprised, pleasantly surprised. I was not expecting to enjoy it this much. Solid beer. Wow. Okay. I mean, for
it's almost
what
like
it
one
is,
of the world's oldest breweries knows how to brew beer.
Yeah, but it's in Baltimore. I don't understand the Baltimore thing, but
Can you taste the Old Bay? Is my question.
I know. I'm curious how much is in here. It has to have
Tastes
it in
like
here.
crab cakes and Old Bay.
We refined our original blonde recipe for brewing at our Open Gate Brewery and Barrel House in Baltimore, Maryland, the first stateside Guinness brewery since the mid 1950s. Interesting. Only 5% alcohol, so nice, easy drinker. It's very good. I'm pleasantly surprised. Blondes generally not my go-to style. One of the better blondes I've had for sure. I really like the end of this beer. The end of this beer really brings it up.
Crispy boy?
Yeah, it's good. I recommend if you guys can find this somewhere. I don't know, brewed in Baltimore, you probably get it everywhere. But if y'all can find this, I would pick up a bottle because it's interesting. I didn't even know that there was a Guinness brewery in Baltimore. Oh man,
I didn't know that either.
I'm like torn.
No clue.
I'm torn between two numbers. Like I think I'm playing it up because I'm so pleasantly surprised by it, but I'm torn between two numbers. I think I'm gonna go ahead and give it. I'm gonna give it a strong 3.5. So I'm in between that and 3.75. I'm flipping back and forth. I like the echoes that I had on the last podcast. I like that one better than this. And that was a 3.75. So not that it really matters, but I don't pay for fancy Untappd. But a strong 3.5 on this. A strong 3.5.
Okay.
But it's good. I'm pleasantly surprised. So
Let's say you went over to Untappd and you had to make a guess, and you looked at it, and there were 21,034 ratings.
Cheese and rice. A lot of people going through Baltimore. Is this the one brewed in Baltimore?
It's called the Baltimore Blonde.
Ah, damn. Okay, I guess so. A lot of people going to Baltimore. Who was it? Who would have thunk it? No one's ever heard of Baltimore. I don't think it's gonna be super high. Let's go. I'm gonna go in between my guests, my two numbers, because I think that's where it deserves to be. Let's do 3.65. 3.65.
So you're closer than 2 weeks ago, but still not on the money. 3.56.
Damn. Okay. All right. I mean, hey, it's in line. Can't be mad about that. But I'm also 0.09.
0.09 is a respectable guess. Solid 85 cents on that big wheel, as I always like to say.
Oh, man.
Not to be a Drew Carey in the situation, but leaves a little room.
Yeah.
Little room for Todd.
Definitely some room.
What do you got for us this week, Todd?
So this week, I've got a new beer from a new brewery, brewing at a 12%. And the brewery is, I don't know how to pronounce the brewery's name, so we're going to go for it.
Okay.
Eredita.
With an E?
Eredita, and the A has a little hoop-de-hoop above it.
I think that's a pretty good effort. I'm on board with Eredita.
Can looks like this, very plain can. It's all black. It's got like an owl with one of its wings sticking out. All of their cans are like this. They're just different colors based on what beer is inside. So they've got one called Pragmatism, which is what I'm drinking today. Diligence, and I think they've got 2 or 3 others. So the story behind this brewery is the head brewer is from Connecticut. He wanted to start his own brewery, but didn't, I guess, and then moved up and was an assistant brewer, or basically the head assistant brewer of Hill Farmstead once the guy who left and started the Hudson Valley Brewing Company. Once he left, he went up there and took over that role. So this guy has been brewing with Hill Farmstead for years. And I guess he got tired of living in the middle of nowhere, Vermont. If anybody's ever visited Hill Farmstead, you know that it's legitimately in the middle of nowhere. There's one store in the town where it's a It's a gas station. They sell pies, but there's also flies in the building. So eat those pies.
Pies and flies.
So he moved down to 12% and started his own brewery called Eredita, and people have been raving about this place. This guy is, if there's anybody who knows the Hill Farmstead secrets, it's this guy. So I figured I'd bring this beer to the podcast and drink it with y'all and give you guys my initial review of this brand new brewery.
Oh, nice. Very cool. So this is your first Eredita beer.
It's my first Eredita beer.
Awesome. And you might have mentioned this, but this is an IPA?
This is a pale ale with Moteca. It comes in at 5.1% ABV, 16-ounce can. There's actually a little story on it that says Eredita is Italian translation for the word legacy. Coming from an Italian-American family honoring our heritage is as much about the past as it is the future. Eredita is the actualization of teachings instilled within us through the life experiences, self-cultivation, and most importantly, the values bestowed upon us by our friends and our family. Embrace the past, transform the future. Papalo.
Sounds fun.
There's another definition of pragmatism on the other side. I think it's the Webster. I think it's the Webster dictionary definition of pragmatism. But as soon as I'm done pouring that, I'll read that too. Pragmatism, a character trait of individuals focusing on facts and action, is also the name chosen for our single hop pale ale series. This installment features Moteca harvested by Freestyle Farms in New Zealand. So it's not the Webster dictionary definition of pragmatism. Looking at it, it looks like your standard New England IPA, but keep in mind it is a pale ale coming in at 5.1%. You are not being found by a T-Rex in here. You
Maybe.
Can't see through. It lights up like a halo. I don't think he's seeing you, but he would be very aware that you were there. If
that's fair.
A few quick jumps and hops and skips.
You better be careful around a T-Rex there.
The head stuck around for a little bit, but looks like your standard IPA pour. On the nose, you definitely get a lot of that Moteca hop. Little grassy, little citrusy, little piney. Smells like this is going to be one hell of a pale ale. You know when you have those like fresh pale ales and you just sniff them and you're like, oh, this is going to be my jam? Well,
totally. Yeah.
This is going to be my jam.
Nice. How does 12% get these bangers all the time?
I think they make it extremely easy for anybody who wants to start a brewery to do it, assuming that you can put out enough beer. But you don't have to buy the equipment, you don't have to do canning, none of that. It's all included in the building.
Oh, he froze. I was like, he just stopped.
So,
this
is interesting.
The internet was like, enough.
It is definitely a
too much
pale ale and not an IPA.
Too much
you can definitely tell it's a little bit subdued from like the sweetness factor.
Is he coming back?
It's a little bit more.
Get his cat, unplug his computer.
Biscuity from a malt backbone.
My cat shut off my computer.
But the Moteca hop does shine in this.
That's fun.
Yeah, they
interesting choice to do this in a pale ale because I feel like
surge protector thing.
I feel like if you did this
shut everything off.
In an IPA, you'd get a little bit more of the Moteca hop bite.
Cats,
but it's really just
goddamn cats.
Now
they're not allowed in here.
Why did Discord just tell me our logo's name is Clyde?
Well, let's put a disclaimer here. We'll pick it up here. Okay, folks. So you'll notice I'm not Tud.
Right.
And even though we were in the middle of that thrilling review, unfortunately, Tud's internet died.
Right.
So I don't know what to do. I don't know if we should finish the episode without him.
I mean,
I think it would be right.
It wouldn't be right, or it would be right?
I don't know. Do you think it'd be right?
Well, I mean, he just texted me personally, not in our group text, and said that he guessed exactly a 2.2 on that beer. So, like, I guess he...
Oh, that's weird. He texted me with a 4.8 as a guess.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, man, now we don't even know. Clearly, his inconsistencies mean that he has to forfeit all of his points.
I think that's fair.
He's clearly trying to cheat by telling us different numbers to cover the bases. Oh, Tud, you dastardly son of a gun. So anyways, I'm the new leader. Congrats to me. Well done. Not by much though.
Yeah, it's a shame that I'm even disqualified from guessing.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. Well, put the point on the board.
It hurts to go down like this.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's only one thing I can do at this point.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Bye, everybody.
Wait, are you just gonna hang up the call as soon as I put the point on the board?
Yep. That's it.
No. We got more to do then. If we're gonna do that, we have an email we need to answer. We have a food question. This is from Alexis C.
There's I don't know how far back you want to go. There's a lot of shout out to Alexis because hooking us up with some emails.
Yeah, she has been the filling up the mailbag for sure.
Mm-hmm. Very
but
real.
no, this the one I was talking about was an email we got which said, do you consider a hot dog a sandwich or is cereal considered a soup?
Right.
Both bold questions.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I think so.
And I think the answer to the first one's obvious.
Is it though?
Yeah, everybody knows that hot dog's not a sandwich, it's a taco.
I'm more okay with it being a taco than a sandwich.
Because it's surrounded by bread on three sides. There's like a U shape of bread.
It's a bread
the
peninsula.
meat.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah.
Or I guess
I think
hot dog is.
Like if I ordered a hot dog somewhere and they gave me a hot dog with two slices of bread on either side, I would be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, or even a hot dog bun that is not connected. Like cut the bun in half. Like that is not.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
That's not a hot dog.
Yeah.
That's just a sausage between. That's a sandwich. That's not a hot dog. That's a sandwich. So hot dog's a taco. I think that's fair to say.
Can a hot dog just be a hot dog? Like why
is it its own thing?
Why does like I don't know. I guess categorize under menus they are sometimes, but like I was just gonna say, I was like, I don't know if I consider a burger a sandwich. I consider it a burger. But
right. It's its own thing.
Yeah, it's its own thing. Why can't listen? We're starting it here. Why can't hot dogs be hot dogs? Why do we have to care? Why do they have to conform to other foods?
Well, I think this is an important lead into the next question, it's one thing to think that a hot dog is or is not a sandwich, but is cereal a soup? Kind of stretches the boundaries of soup.
I feel like if anybody was like, "Oh, hey, can I have some soup for breakfast?" I would immediately call the police without knowing what they're talking about.
I'd call an ambulance. I'd be like, "You're clearly having a stroke."
Oh man. Yeah, no, I definitely no, absolutely not. I'd be like, no. Oh, could you hand me the tricks on making some soup? And it's like, I'm gonna kill you.
Well, it's funny you say that because I think that you just inadvertently hit on why I think cereal is not a soup. Cereal is a food that you add milk to. Like, you can't take chicken and noodles and call that a soup, right? Like, chicken noodle soup is a thing, but just a handful of chicken and noodles is not soup, right? Like, if I give you like a bowl full of or a handful of Cheerios, like that's not a soup. That's cereal, and cereal is cereal that it's a food you add milk to that complements the food. But like, you could eat dry cereal. You know, people put it in trail mix or whatever. I think that cereal is its own food that you add milk to, if that makes sense.
What
it's kind of like can a hot dog be a hot dog thing? I
know. I mean, no, cereal's not a soup. I'm not gonna entertain this. I don't think I've ever heard anybody ask that before. I'm sure it has been. I mean, but yeah, that's some good food related questions right there. That's terrible. It's terrifying.
So, do we get to the bottom of it? The answer is no, and you're crazy for asking.
Yeah. Yes. That's exactly right. If you call cereal a soup, may God have mercy on your soul.
That's fair.
I think that's the only thing that we can. These are the things the listeners on the pod want to know. Alexis, you are taking some bold leaps in statements. No, I mean, I listen. No to both. I think no to both personally. But I have. Okay, so Alexis also sent another email. This was a while ago, so they're catching up on episodes, so it's okay. As far as they're concerned, we're answering these just in the right time. And they said, hey, question for you guys. If a vampire bit a zombie, what would happen? Still trying to catch up.
I think we talked about this one.
Did we?
We did.
I don't remember this one.
Yeah. We could have the debate again, but we did talk about it, and I think we got enough on a weird tangent
That
about
doesn't sound like us.
yeah, about like zombie vampires. I don't remember exactly, but
Really?
I don't know.
I don't remember this conversation. Okay. Well,
It was something about, do you need blood or do you need brains or both? What are you going for? What do you think would happen if a vampire bit a zombie? I think we also said the better question is it's the other way around, right? Because like there's no blood in zombies. They're like Chris after after a hard day at work. There's nothing left.
that's true.
in there.
That's very true. This is a conversation I must have just blacked out of my mind.
But a zombified vampire. Now that's a question for another day.
That's for
Can it
next
still turn
time.
into a bat? I don't know.
What would it turn into? Oh man. Now I don't trust myself. There's another one that we have, but I feel like do we talk about Coop too or no?
Coup. Yeah.
Oh, Coop.
Yeah.
Did we talk about that one?
No, we could go through this. This is we're gonna clear out the Alexis email backlog here because she's dutifully chugging through these back episodes.
Yeah, for real though. For real.
There's a handle way back episode 100 that she wanted to put over. We'll just read her email a little bit here. It's her handle. She's saying the game Coup. It's a game of deception and lying and bullshittery.
Maybe we should wait and use it as Tud's handle.
There we go.
There we go. Here's Tud's handle early or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's go off the rails, guys.
I know. She says she loves this game. It's great for parties. Again, it's like $20. It's not a very expensive game. You can find it at your local game store, or use a previous handle of Tabletop Simulator. They may have it. They have like everything, but I just wanted to recommend it. This is a handle. If you guys ever need a board game or card game recommendation, I got you. Best wishes. Hope the beers are good this week. So thank you, Alexis. And I can second Coup as a great game. It's kind of like Mafia or other games where everyone's assigned different roles and you have to perform covert actions and try and get people to not know who you are. And it's a little bit of rock, paper, scissors too, of like revealing who you are and, A beats B, but B beats C or C beats A kind of thing. I think I might have made it a handle once, but
I mean, it sounds familiar, but that doesn't mean anything as far as my brain's concerned. It's like I could have played it once at a party or something.
it's possible. I wouldn't be surprised if I played it with you because I own it and I play it every chance I get. The thing is, she says it's a good party game. You need 6 people is kind of like the ideal number, like 4 to 6.
Golly.
3 is not enough. So, and 4, it's a little short, but 6 is ideal. But I'm right there with you, Alexis. Coup, check it out for sure.
Nice. Well, I think that's everything. I think we touched them all. We touched them all, I think.
Yeah.
So thank you, Alexis, aka Lady Ember Venom, one of my friends on Twitch. Thanks for catching up on the podcast. And guys, if you have questions, comments, concerns that you want to send to us, send them over to dawfpodcast@gmail.com. Fun things you want us to talk about, sure, we'll take it. Beer recommendations, we love them. Just general Chris fan mail. We get it all the time. We have a whole folder for it. I mean, not folder.
Mountain.
Yeah. Mountain.
It's a separate pile from the other mailbag.
Exactly. That's bigger than the rest of the mailbag. But yeah, go ahead and send us some dawfpodcast@gmail.com. We'll answer it. We'd like to hear from you guys. So thank you, Alexis, for getting caught up, plowing through these episodes. By the way, there's so many episodes to listen to, and she's probably listened to more than me at this point.
Yeah, kudos if you're binge listening and you've gotten this far. Who knows? We might be on episode like 380 by now, but you're just getting here.
Yeah.
You still got a little ways to go. Tell you what, Mr. Oscar 2023 gets wild. Yeah, then we play a strip drinking game later in the year. It gets crazy.
Yeah.
You're in for some treats, that's for sure.
Right. I still can't believe we got major A-list celebrity
Oh, don't spoil it.
Okay.
Don't tell us which one.
No, definitely won't.
I couldn't believe that either.
Yeah, I know.
That they came on.
That was insane.
Yeah.
Man,
it's definitely a very memorable year, 2023 for us.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you say? We want to end it here?
That sounds good to me. I mean, it was kind of haphazard episode. Thank you, internet, and thank you, Ted's internet, for ruining our episode. But
hey, we managed to get through most of an episode we got the first half with 3 of us, second half with 2 of us. It rounds up to 3.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah. But without Todd here, I guess it's up to us to send you away to next episode.
That's right.
On your binge listen.
Get out of here.
Yeah. All the stuff that he normally says about rating us and telling your other people. But more importantly than that, I want you to chime in on the Discord or be like Alexis / Lady Amber Venom and send us some mail. Mm-hmm. We love hearing from all of our fans, all of our listeners, all of our friends out there in the ether. So in addition to supporting the podcast, the various ways, Patreon, reviewing / recommending, reach out to us. We love hearing from you. So thanks again for being there with us, drinking alone with us. And I can't say anymore because it's Chris's turn now.
Yeah, no, I mean, ditto. What Obert said. No, thank you guys for listening to us. You guys are the best. Thank you to Soul Kraken for hooking me up with this very neat Guinness beer. Pretty cool. But yeah, go ahead, rate us 5 stars on iTunes or whatever it is, Apple Podcasts. That's how it is now. I'm old. Don't yell at me. I'm old. But thank you so much, everybody who's listened for however long it's been. But some of the OG folks that like come in and like, I don't know how you dealt with us for the first like 20 episodes, but thank you for doing that, because here we are 190 episodes later. Holy cow. So thank you guys, we do appreciate it. But anyways, hold on, how does it say? My name's Chris.
And I'm Obert. And remember, if you're drinking alone, do it with friend or friends, depending on which half of the episode you listen to.
Oh, man.
Yeah, rest in peace, Todd. Who
Yeah.
knows
Gone
what's
so
up with
soon.
him. Yeah. And we'll never know. We'll never know what he rated his beer.
I know. Well, yeah. I mean, the only thing we know for sure is that he loses all of his points. That's the only
true.
thing set in stone.
It's a shame. He just clawed that extra point away from us last week, or last week of 2022, when he got that bonus point. Just to throw it away like this.
I know.
It's just sad.
It's really sad. You always hear about the people that blow their lottery winnings, and it's kind of what it is. It's the true Hollywood story. So
The true MC Hammer of our times.